Just testing out to see how this is actually going to work. Not expecting anything too crazy. So, let's do a little introduction. So, if I guess first off I should get the camera right, and let's go ahead and I should have got all this set up before I actually started, but you know me, on a wing and a prayer. All right, so anyway, let's welcome Ono's Fish Room. This is, I keep saying Ono's Fish Room. This is really not Ono's Fish Room. It's more like Fish Corner. So just started out and started off with a 20 tall planted tank, first tank, and it's went absolutely ridiculous so far, and it's probably going to keep getting more and more ridiculous. I had a Petco $1 gallon sale and ended up with 4 tanks. Was talking to a local reefer. I did a reef tank for, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years. Moved, and my tank died. Wasn't a good thing. I had probably 20 different corals. I had gotten rid of the fish, so no big deal on that. But the corals, I was so disappointed when I got everything set up and everything just melted in the tank, and it was crappy. So I decided then, let's do a planted tank. Let's go from a reef tank. Let's do a planted tank. So I guess go big or go home. I don't know. I've always been that way. Get something in my head and I just go crazy with it. So, but I've been into tanks forever. Few years not having tanks because of different stuff. Military, being gone, overseas. Not overseas as in, oh, it's a great place. Overseas as in other places, we'll just say. So, but I've seemed to always have a tank anyway. Started off with a 55. Did some juvenile, God, what were they? Some cichlids. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, I'm not going to sit and ponder on it because I can't remember. I was just talking about them last night to a local fish store owner that I go to a lot, and started out with them. Started with about 5 or 6. Ended up with, I don't know, 60. It was almost called the name of it right there. I'll think of it here in a minute. But anyway, then I found a guy selling supposedly a 120 gallon tank. Ended up going and getting it. Took 4 of us to move it. It was a 135 gallon long tank. He had a bunch of mixed cichlids, African cichlids, some yellows, some I can't really recall the names of them. It's been probably it's been a long time ago. Let's just put it that way. Had those for a long time. Then I ended up with another 50. I want to say it was a 50, or no, might have been a 60. Might have been a 60. I'd call it a cube, but it really wasn't a cube. It was more like a column style tank. But I think whoever had that tank, they had cleaned it. And I don't know what they cleaned it with, but I could never get a fish to live in that thing. I put anywhere from, all the hardy fish, the guppies, the platies, nothing. I'd put them in, they would live maybe a day or two, and they would all die. And there would always be a film at the top. No matter what I did, no matter how many water changes I would do, take the tank completely down, change substrate twice, if not 3 times, and finally just gave up on the tank, ended up giving the tank away. Nothing that I would do would help that tank out at all. So anyway, that's a little bit. So got to the new house and put up a 20 tall. You've seen it in the other video. I just got some, the guy was calling them red metalheads on Aquabid. Awesome looking fish, great looking fish from the pictures. The ones he sent me are decent. The males, the one male is really good. I still don't know if the other male's going to live, but it's only been a few hours. He's probably stressed to no means, but got that one set up. That one's been a learning curve. I didn't really know what I was doing with the plants and propagating the plants and whatnot. So that tank doesn't look that great. It's coming back. But it grew a lot of fish. It grew a lot of fish in a short amount of time. I started with maybe, I want to say 12 guppies. I love guppies. Guppies are like the greatest fish ever. There's some that's another great looking fish. Tons of great looking fish out there. What am I even talking about? But for me, I just love the guppies, man. Just love them. I'm sure I'll get into other fish later, more than likely. But for now, I'm going to try to stick with guppies, and I've even got myself into the Plecos, of course. Started off with the two small albino Plecos. I ended up at the local fish store yesterday, was talking with the owner there, and got two more guppies. I'm friggin' nuts or something, I don't know. And noticed that he had a bunch of Plecos. The only reason why I bought Plecos from elsewhere, kind of cheated on him a little bit, don't tell him, was because I had no idea he had them. I looked all over the store. For probably 2 hours, all through his cichlid tanks, all through the live bearers, all through all of it, and could not find a Pleco to save my life. Went by yesterday because he said he was going to get a good order of fish in, and I'll show you the guppies. I'll show you everything here in just a second, but went in there, and right off the bat, there's Plecos. It's like, geez, man, you didn't tell me you was getting Plecos. What are you talking about? I've had these. Well, you didn't have them the other day when I came in. Yeah, I did. I've had. There's probably 15 to 20 in the store. Where? Everywhere. Every tank I looked in, there was 2 to 3 Plecos in it. It's like, am I friggin' going blind? Do I need to check my glasses? I don't know. But anyway, so some of the tanks are a little bit down. I need to fill up. I need a water change in one, so you're gonna have to forgive me on that one. I gotta clean up some nasty algae. I don't really know what to do about that. And it's not so bad in the other tanks, but the one tank is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I guess it would help if you actually were looking at me. So I have a few different fish. Now I had yellow cobras. I had a yellow cobra male and 3 females in the tank. He got beat on pretty good. I'm not sure which female did it, but I put him in a QT tank and he ended up not making it. And I'm gonna call them half black, but they got some blue in them. You'll see here in a second. I've also got another tank with, it's just a mix. It's just gonna be a mix. It's I may separate later, I don't know. But I also want to show you something that's in this tank over here. Like I said, I bought 2 good sized Pleco. They're probably breeding size Pleco, 2 inch, maybe 2.5 inch Plecos. I can only spot one right now, but you figure a albino fish would be pretty easy to spot, but it's not. So anyway, and I've also got another tank I want you guys to see, because I just realized I told a lie, and I said I was going to stick with guppies, and I went into the Plecos, but I forgot about something. So yeah, let's look at it. Yeah, so can you see these? Love these guys, love these guys. And this big female here, I don't think it's her. There's a couple other big females in here somewhere that are buried or were buried, unless that's her. I've had I started out with 10, and I've got, shoot, I don't know, got a bunch of these little guys. These are brand newbies, maybe a week or so old. Oh, there's a smaller one back there. I don't know if you guys can catch that one. There's also one right here. That guy is really tiny, really tiny. But yeah, I started out with those guys, and super stoked about the shrimp. Super stoked. I'll be getting some more shrimp for sure. So yeah, that's the lie that I told you, because I'll probably have a couple of different shrimp tanks. So yeah. And this is the crappy tank. This tank here, I've got to somehow try to get rid of this algae. I don't really know what kind it is, but I mean it's just nasty. I don't have anything in that tank, and that's why, because of all that. And then I have, these are the half black, and see why I say they're kind of a blue. You can see the shimmer on that guy there. He's gorgeous. Don't know where he went though. Oh, there he is. Yeah, the light is terrible. So, and then a big half black female there. This is not all of their fry. Some of these fry are were put in because this was a holding tank, and then after these fry got big enough, I just dropped the half blacks in there. I was trying to separate. So, and this was the yellow cobra tank. You can see I've got, man, just gorgeous girls in there for them. I've got to find a couple of males. I haven't been able to find any here locally. Local pet store said that he would get some in for me. I just need to go and order them. Yeah, so a little bit. I'm working at it, guys. And gals, sorry. And also, I'm gonna flip here. Now this is a 40 breeder right here. And you see, I don't really know. I guess that's a half black delta, or what was that one? Yeah, red. I don't know. Red delta. Red half black delta, I think, is what it's called. And I got a swordtail here. This guy's awesome. This guy is really awesome. He was a lot smaller than that when I first got him. I actually thought he might be an Endler, and I didn't want to pick him up, but I got him, and he is fantastic. Of course, I've got a lot of babies in there. So here's what I wanted to show you. So like I said last night, I picked up 2 almost breeding size Plecos. The one was down here. Can't see. No, you can't see it. I think that's one under there. See a tail. That's about all I see. They have been in here for 24 hours, a little less than 24 hours. This is all nasties. So I'm gonna have to do some real cleaning on this tank. All the time, constantly. So anyway, that was, I've also got another 20 long right over there, all set up. And also this was an old Marine Light that I had, and I picked this 40 breeder up and that 20 long from a local reefer that had never set them up, had done something different. He sold me the 40 breeder and the 20 long for $50. Whoa. So yeah, I picked that up. I picked those up. And then, of course, I had to try to figure out how I was going to set everything up, and didn't really care at the time. So went and started piecemealing everything together. Ordered, of course, and had that light, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna put that light on there, see what that does. So for now, it'll be okay, but I will change it pretty soon to an actual LED light like these, like all these guys have, and then set the 20 up. Yeah. And maybe some more. So, thanks. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to get some more videos up. Let's build the corner together. Let's learn. Let's breed, sell, and keep building it. Got another idea. Stay tuned. Thanks.